Now, over the years, building and leading sales teams, what I've found to be the most valuable principle that I've ever learned that sets a team apart and sets them up for success over the long term can be summed up in one word. It's an ancient Hindi word called Genshai. Now, Genshai means to never treat another person in a manner that would make them feel small. And that includes yourself. Now, there's 3 laws to unlock the power of Genshai, to put Genshai into action. Genshai is not about the things that you say or even how you say them. It's not about saying the right thing. It's not even the things that you do or how you do them. It's not in a technique. Genshai is not a tactic to use on people. It's deeper than behavior. It's deeper than the things that you say or the things that you do. Genshai is a way of being. It's a way of seeing how we see other people, and it's a way of serving. And we're gonna break this down. And for my Star Wars and Mandalorian fans, this is the way. Genshai is the vibe that you give off. It's the feeling you bring when you enter a room. It's caring and seeing people in a way that makes them feel valued and seen by you. And I love what Bono said. He said, it's been said that after meeting with the great Prime Minister, William Gladstone, you feel that he was the smartest person in the world. But after meeting with his rival, Benjamin Disraeli, you left thinking you were the smartest person. I love that. And do the people that you serve day in and day out, do they feel seen by you? In your presence, do they feel like they matter? Now, Genshai is a challenge to be somebody that makes everybody feel like somebody. And I'll never forget a profound mentor in my life, Doug Johnson. Now, he treated me like I was somebody. And a lesson I learned from him, which was one of the greatest gifts that he could have given to me. I was walking down the hallway of my church as a young teenager, and I'll never forget this moment. I heard my name being said by someone on the other side of a blind corner that I couldn't see, and I didn't know who it was. And I heard some people talking, and I heard a voice saying, "That Ben Ward." And I froze. I was like, what? And I heard I would invest in stock in Ben Ward. And I was like, what in the heck? Like, who is this? Who's talking about me? And first I was like a little bit like, wait a minute, somebody's talking. I mean, I'm just a punk 15-year-old kid just trying to figure out who I was. And to hear from another person that they believed in me, as I listened, I didn't know who it was, but as I listened, I recognized that's Doug Johnson. And then I walked the other way, and he didn't even know that I heard him until later months later when I told him. Actually, it might have been years later when I told him. But I had caught Doug Johnson red-handed, talking about me positively behind my back. Talk about Genshai. Talk about treating people big, not treating people small. Now, what started happening was when Doug Johnson was in my presence, I became a better person, a bigger person with more confidence. I felt his belief in me. In fact, I love to play baseball, and when Doug Johnson would come to my baseball games, guess what would happen to my game and how I played? Yep. I'd see him in the stands. I'd be like, Doug's here, sweet. And I would hit better. And I would field with more confidence. I would throw stronger. He believed in me. And because of that, I became a better person. It's like what the ancient philosopher Goethe said. He says, if you treat a man as he is, he'll stay as he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he could and ought to be, he will become what he could and ought to become. And I love that. And Doug Johnson, he gave me this gift. He gave me the gift of Genshai. He treated me big. He didn't treat me small. And in his presence, how did I show up? I showed up big. Now, I challenge you to give this gift, the gift of Genshai, to an important person in your life today. Put the practice of Genshai into play right now today. In fact, who in your life right now, either personally or professionally, would benefit from the gift of Genshai from you? Think of someone right now. Who can you give a name and a reputation to live up to? And then help him along the way to grow into those shoes. Now, I'm not talking about falsely propping people up and pretending that they're great, act as if, and maybe they're not great, but you say they are. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about genuinely finding the good in people. What can you appreciate about them that they're exceptional at? And focus there. Where focus goes, energy flows. And then let them feel this from you. Now, I felt seen by Doug Johnson. I felt like I mattered to him. He treated me bigger than I was. And he treated me with respect. And because of this, he lifted me up to become a better person. Now, there's 3 laws to unlock the power of Genshai, to put Genshai into action. First, treat people big, like Doug Johnson treated me. Second, big does not mean soft. I'm not talking about being soft and wimpy and Pollyanna-ish and propping everybody up falsely. We need to have the difficult conversations when necessary and not be afraid to have them. Third, you want to be soft like a brick. And so soft, they need to know that you care about them. The brick, being willing and skilled to have the needed hard conversations. That's the spirit of Genshai. First, treat people big. Second, big doesn't mean soft. Third, you want to be soft like a brick. And I challenge you to become a Genshai warrior. Hey, check this out. I got this hat. I challenge you to be a Genshai warrior. And together, as we live Genshai and treat others around you big, never treat a person in a manner that would make them feel small. That includes yourself. Now, but remember, this is something that we're striving for. Nobody's going to be perfect at this. And it's been said that striving can be more important than arriving. Because if you're striving day to day with the wisest use of your time and energy to reach a realistic goal, you're a success. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on others around you. And in fact, this is something you look at yourself. Hey, they're not living Genshai. It's not about them, it's about you. It's about you personally digging deep and striving to see other people around you big.